Today I'm going to be reviewing the portable wheel balancer I purchased from eBay. And before I purchased this, I also looked at the Harbor Freight wheel balancer because it looks very similar, almost identical. And I saw the price on Harbor Freight is a little bit more than this. So it was a no-brainer decision to buy this on eBay. Let's open this up, check it out. So basically we only have three parts here. We've got the base, the shaft, and the balancer itself. And let's put the shaft on. We got a nut and a washer on top, and then on the bottom we got another nut, lock washer, and a washer on the bottom. The flat washer, lock washer, and then the nut on the bottom. So next, let's attach the balancer itself on the shaft here. On the top of the shaft there's a very sharp pin, okay, and then on the bottom of the balancer at the very end there's an indentation in there. There's a round circle and then there's an indentation. Let me try to zoom in so I can show you on here. At the very end there's an indentation, and that is where the pin rests on. Let's try and put this on. Try to center it as much as I can because I can't see anything from the top here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to double check by looking up all the way from the bottom, just make sure that it's being right on the pin. So this is what it looks like from the bottom up. So you have to check and make sure that the whole thing is at the center, and that's it. Now this part of the ground is not very level, and that's why you see the bubble. It's not at the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a screwdriver and adjust the 3 screws on the top of the balancer here until the bubble stays right at the center. Here we go. You can see the bubble was on this side, so I just unscrew this screw right here, and the bubble just goes on this side right now, so I have to tighten it up a little bit. You see there? It goes back to the center, a little bit more tighten. There we go. Now it's right at the center. It's very easy to use. Now it's time to balance the wheels. Right now all my wheels are not balanced yet. Every time I drive on the highway, my steering wheel starts shaking really bad when I get up to highway speed. Depends on the road condition, my steering wheel starts shaking at around 65 miles per hour. The faster I go, the more vibrations I get at the steering wheel. So the vibration is actually a good thing because it serves as an alarm to tell me that I'm about to go over the speed limit. But driving your car in this condition is very harmful to the suspension system. Not to mention it's very unsafe because sometimes it shakes really bad. Alright, so time to balance the wheel. Before you put the wheel on, make sure that you remove any weights on the wheel. Right now I do have one right here on the back of the wheel. Sometimes it's most of the time it's on the front, but sometimes I put it on the back also. So I have to remove this before I put it on here and balance it. Now I'm ready to put it on. So all I have to do is to put this part of the wheel here to rest on top of this on the balancer, and that's it. Make sure it's right at the center. It goes down a little bit because of the spring on the balancer. Now it's not center, so I have to move it a little bit. Make sure that it's at the center. Easier said than done when this wheel is not very balanced. This wheel is very unbalanced. It's way tilted on this side, so this side is a lot heavier than this side, and you can see the bubble all the way on this side. So I push it this way, the bubble will stay at the center, and we got different weight size here. Just gonna try the biggest one first because it seems like it needs a lot of weight. So the bubble seems to be at the center now. Let me zoom in here, show you. Right there. It's moving a little bit because it's quite windy today. But that seems to be right at the center. Seems to be balanced now. So it seems to be pretty simple. The only hard part, I think, is the part where you have to put the wheel right at the center. So you have to make sure that it's all center. So this circle here, make sure that's all equal on all sides. The gap is all equal on all sides, and that's it. If you don't put the wheel right at the center, it's going to be tilted on one side, and your balancer is not going to have an accurate reading if you don't put the wheel right at the center, if it's just tilted just a little bit on one side. So that's where I should put my weight. I'm just going to mark it right here and right here. That's it. And here's my second wheel. It's put it on and it's perfectly balanced on its own. See the bubble right at the center. So I don't have to put any weights on it. That makes my job easy. So I just went ahead and balanced all my 4 wheels. Now it's time to go for a test run to see if it actually works. We're at 75 miles per hour and it's still real smooth. 80 miles per hour, it's real smooth. And it's very easy to use, and at this price, the balancer pays for itself after only one time use. And that's all I have for now for the eBay wheel balancer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.